Have you ever considered starting a beauty business, any kind of beauty supply business or anything like that? Well, today we're going to be talking about how to do just that and sell on multiple platforms and what your options are. So my name is Regina Abundance and I help side hustlers and aspiring business owners take action and create multiple income streams. And today we are talking about how to start a beauty biz. So let's get started. The first thing you want to worry about is what product do you want to sell. And if you want to go the route where you might already know what you want to sell, like say if you want to sell lashes, lip gloss, something like that, simple to start off with, things you know is going to sell. Another way is to do product research. So you can do that by seeing what the Amazon top sellers are in beauty. Not necessarily that you're going to be selling on Amazon, but you can kind of get a gist of what people are purchasing, what the new things are and stuff like that, like what people are, the top things people are buying in the beauty niche. So you can find out where you want to source your inventory. That's the most important part. So once you find out what you want to sell, or if you want to sell a collection of things, you can do your research and see what you kind of want to sell or whatever. Or, for me personally, I didn't go necessarily with the makeup or cosmetics route, even though I did list some lip glosses and things like that. I started to do the press on nails, but I more so went into the accessory route, which I still consider the beauty field. So like jewelry, accessories. I did lots of earrings, Afrocentric earrings, and kind of like put a twist on it like that because, it was like I still considered a beauty supply store because I wanted to eventually expand all into that, and I wanted it to be all encompassing, like what you would do if you would go to a local beauty supply store. What would you see? They have more than just, of course, the beauty supplies. They have accessories and stuff. So I was more on the accessory side, and it all sells eventually. I always say that, like Dristilla, I just got an eBay sale from something I listed 4 years ago. So I'm just saying everything eventually sells. So let's talk more about how to get started. So once you find out what you want to sell, don't hang yourself up on this too much. Just kind of pick something and, you got to get started. Like that's where people really drop the ball, is just procrastinating on what they want to sell and never get started. Like, oh, you want to talk about it, but you kind of got to put that action in and start getting started. So sourcing your inventory. So you have a lot of different options here. You can either go to local stores to source your inventory, or you can go to wholesale websites or different sites to source your inventory. It just depends on what your product is. So if you're on a big box site or something, you can go and type into Google or wherever wholesale suppliers for such and such. It could be lashes, it could be whatever you're trying to sell, lip gloss, earrings, whatever. So you can do that. And of course there's plenty of sites where you can buy low and sell high. That's what I do, that's what I teach. It doesn't necessarily matter, as long as it's quality, you would wear it, and yeah, you can just get it, and you're going to make it your own packaging, or you're going to put your own packaging and get it sent out, and that you pretty much have a store, and it's a low cost to start depending on what item you want to start with. Now if you try and do something like a wigs or hair or something, that's going to be a little bit more challenging to source unless you know it, your suppliers, but you're still going to have to put more in because figure wigs are selling, those are not that cheap or whatever. I would start with something less competitive too. So it's something you can get low, like accessories or cosmetics and stuff like that. But cosmetics can be a little tricky too. You got to make sure wherever your supplier is, that you're getting products that's not going to damage or hurt anybody, as far as like they're putting this on their face or whatever in their skin. So just be mindful of that. Now press on nails or something like that, you can't really hurt nobody. That's why I never gotten really to the lip gloss and the lipstick, but I'm not saying I would never do that, but I'm just saying, you just got to be careful. I used to want to get into the consumable products. I just never got to that point with my beauty supply store. It still consists of mainly accessories, and like we just got into sunglasses and, like I said, press on nails, and now we're going more to print on demand route. You can source really from wherever, local stores, wholesale sites, things like that. After that, you want to choose your platform. You can sell on Etsy, you can sell on eBay, TikTok Shop, Mercari, Amazon, Poshmark. You have the option of your own site. I do have my own site, but we're doing a transition right now, but it's still up, shopannegro.com if you want to check it out. Some options. And the great thing about starting off on these bigger platforms and not worrying about your own site right away is that if you have your own site, you're going to have to find your own traffic. You're going to have to find customers, but these sites already have customers. All you got to do is put your product up there and use the right keywords so you can target your customer, and you're more likely and more willing to make a sale if people are interested in what you put out. But do of course take a portion of that, and I have videos on each of these platforms individually on the channel, so if you want to check that out, make sure to check it out. But yes, Etsy, eBay, all these stores that already have customers who already did the marketing and everything behind getting those customers. All you gotta do is you can respectfully just put your stuff up there, and you could take your little percentage and keep it moving. You don't have to worry about customers running ads and trying to get people to come to your website and going crazy. So yeah, and the website could be, websites are so cheap for real. You figure hosting, you can probably get that for as low as maybe $150 a year, and get a domain name for maybe $20 a year. If you're just getting started, the domain name is probably only gonna be like $4 or $5, but they always get you in a renewal to renew your domain name, so they up the price, but it's okay. But yeah, so for less than $200 you can just have your own website for the year. Just be a hub where you can communicate to your customers, or you just want your own thing, which is great. Unless you already have that audience built up, you might as well just sell on one of the bigger platforms that already have the people looking for what you want to sell. So it's going to be a lot geared towards the title. Make sure your title has the keywords. Make sure you have good images. And option is TikTok Shop. That's really blowing up. So TikTok Shop is another place you can sell on. Three will be just naming your business if you already don't have a name. Your business, if you can't really think of anything, kind of like you can go into ChatGPT or ChatBBL and type in the name of, kind of put a prompt in there that's like, help me find the name of my business. I want it to be about this and this, and then they have some really great ideas. After the sale, so say you go, you list things, you buy some inventory, you list it, and then, okay, as far as when you do go buy inventory, when I first was starting off, I would get maybe five of an item to see how it does, list it, and then, if it was selling, I would reorder more. Okay, so once it's selling, you can kind of up that inventory as you go, especially if it's a low priced item and you want to buy low, sell high. So some samples of products or whatever, you don't have to go crazy. Just start off with some samples and maybe get 10 or 20. But 5 is fine. It just depends on, your budget. So this is something you can start low cost and see how it does and go from there. Then you can start adding more inventory to your catalog. After the sale, we have packaging, we have labeling. So after the sale packaging, you can, I actually have a list, I'm going to link it below, of how to get started, like on your online e-commerce business, all the basic things that you need to get started. And I'm always with the budget friendly things as far as like getting started. Then you could get the fancier stuff later on, but we're just trying to get started. That's the main thing. So packaging, you're going to need bubble mailers, maybe boxes. You can get boxes for free at USPS.com. Yeah, there is a thing where you can get boxes for free. It just depends on if you're mailing heavier items. These boxes are usually for priority mail, and people really don't tell you that. But if something through the priority mail, it's worth definitely getting those free boxes. So there is a resource there at the post office where they will literally mail you free boxes. So make sure to check that out. But if not, you could just buy some boxes, or remember they have they're called poly bags, bubble mailers, stuff like that. So depending on if you're small and lightweight, I'm assuming these are beauty items, you don't have to spend a lot on packaging. They have all kind of bubble mailers, cute ones with designs on them that are low price. Also like the t-shirt bags, put apparel and things like that in. So yeah, the packaging doesn't have to be expensive, but it is going to be a expense. So labeling, you could use a regular printer, but if you're just getting started and you get a sale, you can always go to your local Staples of Office Depot, library, wherever you got to go, a friend's house to print out a label. And you can always like just cut the label out and then stick it to your package, okay? So if you want to do the labels at home, and all these sites that I just mentioned, all the platforms that you can sell on, all of these sites, you will get a cheaper price than going straight to the post office. But if you did just go straight to the post office, they can also do that for you. But you're also still going to have to put your own label on there. So you still going to have to print the label out, but they could still weigh it and ship it out for you. But you want a scale as well. That's another expense, and it doesn't have to be pricey. You could get a scale, weigh the item, you know, so you just got to get it weighed, but you could do that at the post office. If you don't have a scale yet, don't worry. Just do it at the post office. And then wanted to do it from home and save that money, because you're going to save a lot of money from like already having the label printed out. You know what I mean? You got to print out the label at home, so it's already paid for. When you go to the post office, you could just drop it off and just keep it moving. So a scale is going to be necessary. A label printer eventually will make things much more seamless, so you could just like print it straight from your phone. Or if you just have a regular printer, that works beautifully too. Or if you can have access to a printer to just print it out, cut it out, and then like tape it to the actual, so you're going to need tape as well, tape it to the actual packaging. Okay, that's pretty much it. I do have a course I want you to check out. It's called the Beauty Biz Blueprint. It's on sale right now, so definitely check it out. It teaches you my strategy behind the scenes, where I get my inventory, like all this stuff like that. I have that all, and it's like how to sell on multiple platforms as well. And I have that all on in the course. So it's very affordable. If this is something that you really are into, you should definitely check it out. Be sure to check out the Beauty Biz Blueprint if you're interested, and I'll see you in the next video. Farewell, Cottontail.